What is going on, OKC fans? Welcome back to the Bring the Thunder podcast post-game show. I'm here with Jack and Satvir. Huge victory tonight, 126 to 102. The Thunder absolutely dominate the Warriors at home. And when I mean dominate, I mean this was one of the easier wins of the whole season, and it comes against probably the toughest team we've played so far this season, outside of Houston. Um, I I'm kind of speechless. Jack and I both thought that the spread was 7.5, and we were like, "That's too much." Like 7.5, that's a lot, especially with all of our injuries. Golden State was perfectly healthy outside of Al Horford tonight. That just wasn't the case. OKC takes it down by 24 points, uh, dominate the third quarter, 44 to 28 in the third. None of our starters had to play the fourth quarter outside of AJ Mitchell, who is a starter for now, but that's good run for him. Quick stats for us, Shai in 28 minutes goes 28, 5, and 11 in 28 minutes. Did not play the fourth quarter. 3 steals, a block. AJ Mitchell goes for 17 points. Chet Holmgren goes 23 and 11 tonight, 9 for 9 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3. Didn't miss a free throw. He goes 3 for 3. So a perfect night for Chet. Absolutely dominated the Warriors. Isaiah Joe had 18 off the bench. Williams had 12, 6, and 5 off the bench. Made 2 threes. And that's really it. Another huge storyline for this game. Cason Wallace and the whole Thunder defense really did a number on Steph Curry. Steph goes for 11 points in 20 minutes, 4 of 13 from the field. Outside of him, this next best scorer was Kuminga with 13 and Butler with 12. It was a defensive masterclass for OKC tonight. And I'll let you guys take it away. It's just what an impressive victory.
It was it was a defensive masterclass for the Thunder and a defensive disaster class for the Warriors. Because do they play defense at all? Like they have no interior defense, not much perimeter defense. I was pretty shocked about how terrible it is. But then again, they don't really have any premium defenders, in my opinion. Like guys that are known for their defense. So I think they were exploited tonight.
They're also just aging squad right now. I think, we kind of snatched their dynasty chain tonight, which that's how it felt, where, they had the young squad that was kind of running everyone else out of the building. And now we're kind of doing that with the young and upcoming 6'6" guard and Shai. The thing I was impressed about most with Shai was just his assists tonight. 11 assists, but they were pretty loud assists and really blew that lead open. I believe that was in the third quarter. It just kind of, or maybe in the second quarter, where it kind of just extended to the point where we knew they weren't going to be able to come back into this game. I think the lead got up to like maybe 36 points or something like that. And also, it didn't help that Steph Curry picked up 5 fouls fairly early to where he couldn't even come back and help out the team. And he was also shooting really poorly from the field. I mean, only 4 field goals made by Steph. That's not something that he's probably used to, or especially even fans of the team would be used to. It just seemed like nothing was going right for the Golden State Warriors. It may not have just been their night as a team when it comes to the shooting in general. It didn't seem like anyone had anything really going. Their bench came in kind of impressed a little bit, cut the lead maybe to like 20 points, but they couldn't get it anywhere closer than that. To kind of focus back up on our squad, Chet Holmgren went practically perfect from the field, I believe, 9 for 9, and then 11 rebounds, which was huge for us. So he's kind of back in prime form. And then Jay Will had 12 points tonight, which we were looking forward to. Made a couple shots. And then Isaiah Joe, he's starting to get more ball handling responsibilities. So that adjustment by Mark doing that is pretty interesting, that they're kind of trying to work him into more ball handling responsibilities. I think that's a smart move. He's kind of transitioning to kind of a combo guard, not just someone that's just spot up 3-point shooter, because I think he has more skill set than just doing that. I think maybe limiting his amount of point guard play, because he does turn over the ball quite a bit, Isaiah Joe, but Overall, I think he did pretty serviceable job, and then we knew what we're getting out of the rest of the guys. AJ with 17 points. I was impressed by him tonight as well. So he kept us afloat while the starters are all resting for that second half. So it was enjoyable to watch.
Right. And I mean, just such an important way of victory tonight. We know we're coming into a back-to-back at home. Glad to be home, by the way, just finally. But a back-to-back, and where we're going to play the Lakers tomorrow night, who have been on fire. And for our starters to get that amount of rest tonight, it probably means the world. We're going to come out ready to roll tomorrow. Should be the same lineup, but we didn't even break a sweat tonight in the way that we beat on those Warriors tonight. I mean, you would think, like we were talking about in the pregame, you would think that the Warriors had some advantages tonight, especially in the forwards. Like I thought Jimmy Butler was going to be super effective. I thought Kuminga was going to have a nice game, just because we had AJ Mitchell starting at small forward again tonight, and it just comes into play where you go into OKC and it's almost impossible to win there. I mean, the starting lineup of SGA, AJ Mitchell, and Cason Wallace just absolutely dominated Curry, Butler, Kuminga, Draymond. They had no chance. And another thing we touched on in the pregame was how we've been dominant in the paint against mostly everybody so far. And that was one of our key weaknesses before we brought in Isaiah Hartenstein. Again tonight, just absolutely dominance from Chet and Hartenstein. I mean, Hartenstein finishes with 8 and 7, but he was a monster on the boards, really out there. He went 4 for 5. Like, it's getting almost like too easy for OKC at this point.
And to add on to all of that, Jalen Williams is back and he's playing good basketball again, which is so relieving to see after he's had quite a rough start to the season. But 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 for 7 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3. I mean, we've been on his case the last couple of episodes, and it's great to see him good again.
Absolutely. And Unk says it best here. I mean, we're just damn good. Like, I don't even know, Unk, I don't even know how to put it in another way than that. Like, OKC is just really, really good at basketball. And I say it every post game. I can't wait until we're fully healthy because this team is going to pop like a generational team this year. It's crazy.
Yeah, we kind of dominated this Golden State squad kind of on all fronts. I mean, if you look at the assist battle, the rebounds, obviously the points, we also really fought them on the second chance points, I felt like, throughout the game. They had multiple opportunities to kind of get loose balls, and they just didn't seem like they wanted it more than we did. We have a lot of young and hungry guys that are up and coming, and it feels like they were kind of imposing their will that way against these guys. Like the only person that I saw with enough sense of urgency was honestly Steph throughout this game. Like you can look at this lead chart, the way this game kind of flowed throughout the whole time. There was only 2 little opportunities where Golden State had, tied it twice. And then our largest run was 13, but we had a lead of 36 points where there's only 3 lead changes in this game. That shows you how dominant it really was, because that's really, really rare for an NBA game to only have that many lead changes. Usually by halftime, they've already said like, hey, the leads change at least 10, 15 times. So for us to, dominate them in this way, I'm sure you guys didn't predict that in the preview.
No, we said plus
no
7.5.
way.
We said plus 7.5 it seemed like too much. And you bring up a good point. Like it was just all OKC all night, and we're injured. We beat them in the first quarter by 9 points. We took the second quarter by 10 points. We took the third quarter by 16 points. Just pure domination. And truthfully, I just didn't see this type of victory coming. Yes, we thought we were going to win, but this is just getting like hard to believe how good they're playing.
Yeah, we can take a look at the shot charts for some of the players that you guys want to call out. I'll try to zoom in on those. But just looking in general from both teams, look at how much they're kind of in the red throughout the game. And then on our side, we can see how much throughout the game we're on the green. especially from the 3-point land, that's where you would expect a team like the Golden State Warriors to kind of dominate. It just doesn't seem like they have the 3-point shooting outside of Steph. If he's not on, it didn't seem like they really had any other answers. They did have that guy, Spencer, that came in. I'll highlight his shot chart. He, made 2 big threes for him in the second half. I thought that really helped out a little bit in terms of confidence, but he could have gotten a little bit more run for him. But on our end, man, special. I think let's look at this Chet shot chart. I mean,
yeah, go
all green, baby.
Not a single miss. Not a single miss. And those turnaround fade away like mid ranges, or if he could make that a staple in his game, which it seems he already has. Like, he's been great early in the season with that shot. He's gonna be super dangerous on the offensive side of the ball, and we know how great he is on the defensive side of the ball. I want to stop and say what up to Indie Sports. How you doing, man? One of our members on the channel. Thanks. We appreciate it, and we're still rooting for those Pacers over here. Don't get it wrong. We're still rooting for you guys.
I still got the Pacers coming back in 2027 for the finals, baby.
Absolutely, man. And we see that Halliburton's looking real good. We got another comment here. Thoughts on tomorrow's game? We'll get to this comment in a second because that's going to be a huge topic of conversation. Another point here. Caruso played for only 15 minutes tonight. He obviously plays fantastic when he's in, especially against better teams. That's where you see Caruso really have a bigger role. But for Caruso, too, to only play 15 minutes tonight, that gives him a chance to go out there. If he's needed tomorrow, he could play the whole game. Like, we're going to be really fresh for tomorrow, and I'm very excited about that because I hate those Lakers, and especially those fans. I can't wait to talk to them tomorrow.
And in 15 minutes, he was plus 25, which is tied with Shai for the highest plus-minus of the game. So there you have it.
Yeah. He had a nice corner shot as we were extending the lead. Caruso, he's just always in the right spot at the right time. I don't know what it is. He has a uncanny positioning. He just knows where to be. It's something that you can't really teach. Since we're mentioning some of the plus minuses of the teams, I mean, look at the plus minuses over on the Golden State side. Like, a lot of negative 20s between the starters, negative 10, 15. I mean, that's not something that is honestly expected from most teams. Usually, the starters, if they're all in the negatives, the bench guys come in and do pretty well. For this team, that really wasn't the case today. There wasn't really anyone that was too much of a standout other than Santos and Spencer that came in. And Gary Payton played pretty well, so I was surprised he didn't get a little bit more run early in this game. And then on our side, we had Kaysen plus 25, Chet plus 23, Shai plus 25. Also, Shai is scoring practically per minute 1 point at least, which is, I don't think people can fathom that stat for someone doing that for this many games. But if he continues this for, let's say, the whole season, I don't see how he doesn't win MVP, maybe even unanimously, because for someone to do that, I don't think there's any player in the history of basketball that, could just do a point per minute. That's just different level of efficiency.
No, it's unbelievable, and we watch it every single night he plays, and I still can't fathom it. It's just truly unbelievable. He was sitting at 20 points with about 3 minutes left in the third quarter. And it's 28 like that. It's 30 like that. It's just unbelievable. And it's every game he's not playing these fourth quarters. It's just, I got no more. I can't say anything else. This is 2 seasons in a row where Shai's sitting on the bench for the whole fourth quarter about 80% of the games. It's unbelievable. And to do it against this type of team, I can't even get it through my own head.
Yeah. I do want to shift gears and ask you guys a question. I've been noticing Brooks Barnheiser's game from the beginning. It's kind of passive on offense. When he was in the summer league, he knew that he was one of the more offensively, I guess he had no choice but to take shots. In this game, it felt like he had so many open lanes to the basket and just chose not to take them or chose to go for an assist there. I guess if he's watching, like, I just want him to just go towards the basket. He's a big body. Like, even if he gets and ones or whatever, like, he needs to just take his shots. Like, if he has an open shot, open jumper, I'd prefer him not to second guess, because that doesn't really help his play style being a defensive first player. So when you're on top of it, timid, teams are going to continue to pick up on that. And I want him to make that change moving forward. Hopefully after tonight's game, like, just be more aggressive, man. Like, you've got your minutes. You're a rookie. You're playing outstanding defense, and you really can't do anything wrong. We're in a 30-point blowout situation. If you got a, open lane to the basket, take it. If you got an open shot, just take it. Oos took them. The other guys that came in took them, and I'd love for. I think he's the only guy on the roster where he doesn't look for his own shot. Like, even Jay will tonight, he'll still take the open lanes, take the open shots. So that's the one guy I wanted to point out towards.
Yeah, Ooze definitely took his, and I'll answer that first. But before we do, Indie Sports, you are the man. He gives another membership to whoever he did. We appreciate you. Take a quick break. If you, we love all you guys in the comments. If you do want your comments, to be pinned first, we do have our memberships. If you want to go check out our premium memberships, they're below in the channel. But we always try to get to as many. But yeah, shout out Indie Sports, man. You're the best. AJ Mitchell for president, absolutely. And then this one as well. Updated record predictions are probably going to be in our members only video this week. We release 1 to 2 weekly members only videos, as well as members only live. So go check that out. And we'll keep you guys updated with our record predictions throughout the year. But to answer your question there, Satvir, I mean, to me, he looks like a solid player. He looks like a player who will fit in OKC for the long term. I think it looks like he's a rookie playing with superstars around him on a championship team that's just coming off their first ring ever. He belongs out there, maybe not yet fully. And I just believe he's a little timid because I got Shai to the left of me. I got AJ Mitchell, who's playing like a superstar, to the right of me. I got Chet. I got Hartenstein, even Kaysen, and then he's going to have J-Dub. So I've noticed what you're saying, and I do think he should be a little bit more aggressive too in his minutes. I just don't think it's that easy for a kid, second round pick, to just come in and be like, all right, I'm just going to stick around these guys, reigning MVP and the finals champions, and just get my shots up,
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't have the confidence on offense, but he's also humble enough to the point where he'll pass up the open look to someone who he's more comfortable if they shoot rather than him. But I think his hustle and defense has been like really impressive, especially for a second round pick. So there's lots of good going on there. But I guess if he's on a team to learn how to play the offensive end of the ball, then this is a great team for that, especially to develop his defense at the same time.
Another thing to add to that, which I agree with that as well, is it did click a little bit in that fourth quarter when we were getting kind of stomped on. Late in the fourth quarter, he got a rebound, split 2 defenders, took it all the way, and tried to dunk on somebody. So that was the first time where I was like, all right, he wants it now. Ended up getting to the free throw line. I think he'll progress throughout the season. I'm not expecting, a huge role or anything this year, but on this team, I mean, everyone has a.
We lost Joe for a minute. He'll be back. But I guess I'll take over in terms of the Brooks Barnhart talk. It wasn't to bag on him or anything like that, but it was more of a, hey, he can. Welcome back, Joe.
Oh, I booted off the stream for some reason.
No.
Somebody kicked me. No, I'm just joking. But what I was going to finish saying was, I was saying he probably won't have much of a big role this season, because we're super deep. But all of these kids on this team have a role because they're going to be playing most of the fourth quarters, apparently. None of our starters are playing in fourth quarters this year. So that's what I had to say.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, I think I'm just okay with him taking his shots. Like, we're up 30. Just take them. It's okay if you miss them. We're not going to, at least me personally, like, for a guy that's known more on the defensive end, when you're not an offensive guy, like, and you do have a poor shooting night or what's considered a poor shooting night, it's okay. Like, it'll be okay, especially kind of having the context and especially being hardcore fans. I know casual fans are a little bit more stat watchers. We're going to watch the game and actually understand it for the context. So for that sense, like I want him to take his chances, especially when he's playing against, third string guys. Like that's the best opportunity you can get. And I saw a tweet as well about Oos. He's gotten as much opportunity this season and last season, to where I feel like the fan base is starting to turn on him a little bit. We're probably noticing it more and more as games go on, especially tonight. I expected a lot more from him. I'm a huge Oost believer, fan of him. He just didn't look impressive, and this was the type of maybe third string team that I would expect him to play a lot better against or be a little bit more focused. He didn't look locked in. He didn't look to seize the opportunity, considering he's gotten a lot of playing time with the blue. He's, as seasoned as it can get when it comes to opportunity. So what do you guys think about kind of the fan base turning on Oos?
Yeah, I'll be the first.
Go ahead.
Well, I've seen a lot of this, especially running my Instagram page. So I think the main thing that's happened is because Uzman was drafted the pick before Jalen Williams, a lot of people are comparing him to J-Dub. But then when you actually look at it, he's our fourth youngest player, I want to say. So he's still got time. And the way I see it is, if you're going to have a 15th man, you might as well have someone like him who's year 3, year 4 in the NBA, still one of our youngest players, still tons of room to grow. Who knows what he could be, right? So I like the opportunities for him. I wish he would capitalize on them a little bit more, but at the end of the day, like all the people saying trade him or all that, I just, keep him, see what could happen, but he's not detrimental to us, especially now, because he's trying to fill in the role of a bench player, like a rotational player, because we have no one, so we have to plug him in. And obviously, he's not going to produce the same as Jalen Williams, but he's going to do what he can do at the moment, and it's not going to look as good as when we're fully healthy. But he's fine as third string. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I mean, he's looked fine in his minutes last year. This year, he's off to a rough start. Real Thunder fans are loyal to the players on their team, so I don't ever want to see anyone go. We're all big fans of Ooze on the show, and we literally talk about him way more than we should, just because we're big fans. We want to see him succeed, and I think I speak for the panel when I say we don't want to give up on Ooze yet. We still, that's just what it's going to be. Really quick in the comments on YouTube, J-Moss said, "How much do the memberships cost for the YouTube channel?" We have a $2 one, a $7 one, and a $20 one. They're all in the description in our channel if you want to go check that out. There's a lot of perks in there, real fun stuff. So go check those out, and appreciate the comment from J-Ma. And I'm also going to go right into everyone's favorite segment of the night. And we like to call that "What the hell is Jack wearing?" After every victory, Jack wears a Thunder jersey on stream. He doesn't tell the panel what he's wearing. He doesn't tell anyone in the comments, obviously, and we try to guess it. And Satvir, I'll let you go first. And if anyone in the comments wants to guess tonight, we will pop it up on the screen.
Jack, you don't have to tell me because I already know that this is a current team player. So you don't have to say it. All right. This is going to be, let's see. I got to go with my gut. Is this going to be, for whatever reason, I think it's going to be Isaiah Joe, so I'm going to go with it.
So for me, I think I guessed Isaiah Joe the other night, and he said he didn't have an Isaiah Joe jersey, if I'm remembering correctly, but I could be wrong. And I don't think he would wear the same jersey twice in the same week, but I do believe that jersey was worn already, but I could be wrong. We got Unk in the comments saying Aaron Wiggins. I'm not going to go that direction. God, who am I going to take tonight? I really want to get this right because I got one right so far this year, and I've been really off.
The mind games.
He wore a Chet Holmgren the other night. I'm going to go with Chet again just because of the performance he had tonight. So I'm going with Chet.
All right. Oh, we got another guess?
Got iHeart.
All right, these are good guesses. The only guess that I don't have the jersey of is Isaiah Joe, unfortunately. And I do have a Wiggins jersey in the exact same color, but this jersey is my Chet Holmgren jersey.
All right,
so, Joe, you win again.
I think that's 2 in a row for me, and I'm very excited about that. I think this
Hell
is
yeah,
very
Joe.
spicy, all right? I feel this makes the rest of my night. I go to sleep happy. So, all right, but moving on from our favorite segment, going back to the game tonight. Can we talk about how special this kid AJ Mitchell has been? I know we talk about him every night, and maybe some fans are getting sick about it, but another 17 points against a really good defensive team in the Golden State Warriors. They were the 6th rated defense in the NBA coming into tonight. Not anymore, I'll tell you that much. This kid has stepped up in J-Dub's absence like nobody could have expected. Like we all saw it in the summer league. We thought he would have a nice role on this team, but he looks like he could start on many teams in the NBA. Where do we go from here with AJ Mitchell when everybody returns?
He's 6 man. I mean, that's kind of the expectation from him. He's just kind of a energizer bunny. He's definitely known for his offense, but his advanced stats on the defensive end, which will shock most fans, most casual fans. He's like top 10 in percentile in defense as an overall player, and like as a guard, he's like top 5, which is absolutely silly to get that type of production off of a bench player. And then on top of it, getting as many points as we're getting from him. I mean, I said that the other night, like if we're going to get this production from him all night or all season, we're pretty much like we can't be beaten in that case. Yeah. What do you think, Jack?
He looks like a vet out there, the way he's so poised in his movements and just calm, and he just gets his buckets. I think the biggest part of his game is just his confidence, and he goes out there, he knows what he can do, and he does it. So is it crazy for me to say that I wouldn't mind seeing him starting with a fully healthy lineup?
So, well, if Indy Sports is right here, if he actually is better than Donovan Mitchell, shout out Indy Sports, doesn't he have to? And I know it's a weird place to be because we're coming off a season where we won the NBA championship with the starters that we've retained to coming into this year. We still have everybody. For me, I think he's definitely starting caliber, and he may start somewhere down the line, but I don't think it comes this year unless we're in a playoff series where we need the offense. Just because of what happened last year we won. It kind of feels like a James Harden situation to me all over again, where he was 6 man for OKC, and if we didn't trade him, he was going to have to start that year. It was just going to have to happen. He was getting so good where he already won 6 man of the year. He had to start over Tabo. It kind of feels like he's heading in that trajectory for me, because he's easily the 6 man of the year favorite. And if he does win it this year, I think, one, if AJ Mitchell wins 6 man of the year this year, OKC's going to repeat. And 2, at some point he's going to enter that starting lineup because he's looked so great playing with SGA too, not just in his own minutes. He's playing off of SGA. SGA is playing off of him. At some point, the conversation's going to heat up, but I just don't think it's right now.
And even this season, if he's not starting, I think he's going to be ending most games just because he'll heat up and he'll get his buckets. So, but then, like, my rationale for thinking that he might start is when some games when we're outmatched and we move Hartenstein to the bench, we bring in Case and Wallace. Would we bring in AJ Mitchell instead and start him as a guard, more guard oriented?
See Satvir over there.
Nah, there's no way I'm putting AJ over Kaysen, in my opinion, from like a team building standpoint. Like I'm a bigger fan of Kaysen personally. Like everyone sees base stats of like what AJ's production is, and it's nice. But the level of defense cannot be replaced from like a guy like Kaysen. Yeah. The impact is bigger on the defensive end than any amount of points that AJ could be generating. If it gets over to like 21 plus points, then I would be like, okay, cool, I'd consider it. But unless it's an overwhelming average of points, I'm still going to take Kaysen for his overall play from rebounding, hustling, kind of being in the right positions. I personally like Kaysen just kind of as an overall, like, he's just a Swiss Army knife kind of guy. You can put him anywhere. He can be consistent on corner shots. He can be a ball handler. He just way more versatile. You can kind of throw him into a lineup and he'll just kind of be a glue guy versus AJ's kind of have to have the rock. He has to play a certain way. He has to have a certain amount of shot volumes, which you don't want around a guy like Shai. You need guys that'll sit in the corner, let Shai kind of, do his work. And I think AJ won't be as well utilized in that type of role of, hey, you're just another side accessory to Shai. And so I'd prefer they kind of alternate minutes because AJ's best when he's the primary ball handler, scorer kind of guy. So.
You do make a good point, especially if J-Dub's healthy as well, then all three of them.
That's three of the same type of player, and you don't want that.
Yeah. Especially it's awesome to have that off the bench. So you've swayed me.
I was also going to add that I was going to add the J-Dub part, but now that you've already said it, I mean, we saw a guy like Alex Caruso start games in the playoffs this year. He also came and started. If he didn't start in the first half, he was starting in the second half. I still love Caruso, especially in those big moments. And it's just such a funny conversation because it's like a really great problem to have because we're also forgetting about a guy who's capable of starting in Aaron Wiggins. Satvir already threw Jason Wallace's name out there. He started playoff games and finals games. So we have Caruso. It's just insane. But yeah, I'm in agreement where he needs to be our sixth man. J-Dub and Shai, they come out of the game. I have no problem and no worry for AJ to come in, which is crazy because that was a bit of a problem last year and they won the championship.
Yeah. That's a great
Joe,
point.
we got your boy Cam and AJ pretty much. The person that Joe was trying to trade for over the last trade deadline was a guard scorer, and we pretty much got that now.
Had him the whole time,
Not only did we get that, Satvir, we got a much more efficient scorer and a guy who's really good at defense, too. He plays his ass off on the defense side of the ball, too. So, like Unk said right here, we're unbelievably stacked. And if they didn't know it, they found out tonight because blowing a team out like that when you're so injured, it just makes no sense to me. And I just love it. Love being an OKC fan.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen when we're fully healthy, but.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, this team's going to go nuclear when we're fully healthy. But with that being said, a quick preview, not a full preview. Expectations for the Lakers. Yep, there you go. Whoever pulled that up, good job. Lakers game tomorrow, 8:30 Central Time start. I'll let Satvir go first because I know him and I had some wicked beef last year in the comments with some Laker fans for sure.
Man. I just think it's going to be an all-out war in the comment sections and all platforms, as it always is, especially with the heated rivalry that we have with Luka Doncic previously on the Mavericks. And then now he's alongside the LeBron fan base, the Laker fan base. And then the amount of heat that he gets for MVP, or like the amount of, I guess, consideration he gets for MVP, the fact that he's just not good enough, I think that's just the truth of the matter. Like, he's always the third guy up. Like, he's never been the second guy. He's never even sniffed second place. So to even think that he's going to be, first on MVP ballots, I think it's kind of a ridiculous statement just to make based on stats. And 90% of fans are, casual fans, and that's okay. But to think that a whole panelist of voters and everyone around the NBA is just going to let a guy win based on stats, I just don't think, that's his case. I've followed his career because I'm a huge Real Madrid fan. So I followed his career, back in Europe. He won a, championship early over there. And so he has winning inside of him. I just think he's finally learning to be less selfish this season. I think he's gotten a reality check of, hey, I need to be in shape. And I think that's going to help him a lot and try to get towards that winning mentality. And also once LeBron's gone, I think he'll have more opportunity to be the guy. I just don't think this is going to be the year that they win a championship or anything like that. But I think they'll have a fun season and probably get third place again in MVP. But I think I have Giannis and Jokic and Shai all ahead of him.
So before we continue to Jack, Mike B, that is one of the best comments I think I've ever seen
Yeah.
ever. So we're definitely getting the trash talk already started. And Satvir made it full circle there, but he started off pretty hot there too. He's ready for tomorrow as well. He's just keeping it calm for now. Jack, go ahead.
Lakers aren't a winning basketball team. That's pretty much all I have to say, because they might have some good players, they might have some stat lines, but they're not going to be successful with the team they've built. They don't have the defense. They don't have anything that makes a winning basketball team. They've got a competitive basketball team, but yeah, I just don't believe in them at all.
We will get you guys a full game preview tomorrow afternoon, like we have every game this year. My quick thoughts before we head off tonight. I think they're much better without LeBron right now. I feel like the lineup of Luka, Reeves, LeBron, and Ayton on the defensive side of the ball especially is Swiss cheese. So I'm taking OKC tomorrow. Appreciate that, Indy. With that being said, everybody, we appreciate all of you for tuning in, all the comments. This has been so much fun. We're going to continue to create the best content for you guys, the best OKC content for you guys for the rest of the year, especially our members. We got some great videos for you guys. And yeah, if you guys are enjoying the content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a member, and DM us on Instagram when you do become a member, because all of our members get followed back on all socials. And with that being said, do you guys have any other thoughts on tonight or tomorrow?
I do. I didn't see our good friend giving us the stats for tonight, but we're up to 20 plus points for Shai for 84 straight games. He's closing in is a stretch on the Wilt record. He's still got a long way to go to catch Wilt, but he's surpassed all other players, and I think that's a huge thing for Shai. Also, I wanted to point out his steal that he had when we were up 32. I think that really set the tone for the rest of the game of for anyone coming in that they need to hustle. So, just wanted to point out Shai and his MVP prowess, on both ends, him just clearly being dominant. So,
well, there you go. I guess we will leave off with that. Great way to end it. Unk, we appreciate you. Appreciate everybody in the comments. We will see you guys tomorrow for the preview, and then we will be live after the game against the Lakers. Everybody enjoy yourselves. Have a good night, OKC. We'll see you tomorrow. And Thunder up, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.